Last time. The Han Dynasty and the Silk Road. Although Jiang Chen failed to secure an alliance, his reports and missions helped connect Han China to Western trade networks. Farther west along the trade network stood Parthia, an empire that would later rival Rome. History Episode 29. Classical Era. Parthia, and the Sasanian Empire. Part 1. Conquerors from the Steppe. The birth of Parthia. As Seleucid control weakened in the east, Arsaces I led the Parnae southward. They seized the region of Parthia, spanning parts of present-day northeastern Iran and southern Turkmenistan. Behind their advance was a weakening Seleucid empire, struggling to govern its vast territory. The successors of Arsaces I adopted his name as a royal title, establishing the Arsacid dynasty. Part 2. From the Steppe to Empire. The expansion of Mithridates I. Mithridates I greatly expanded the kingdom's territory to the west and south. Media and Mesopotamia fell one after another, and the empire's center shifted westward. As Parthia grew, some kings claimed to be Achaemenid heirs, while retaining Greek influence at court and on coins. In the empire's cities, Greeks, Iranians and Mesopotamians lived and traded side by side. As Parthia expanded westward and Rome eastward, the two powers eventually faced each other across the Euphrates. Part 3. Cari, Rome's humiliation. The campaign of Crassus. The Roman commander Crassus marched east, with a vast army, seeking conquest and military glory. The Parthian general Serena chose to face the Roman army with a much smaller cavalry force. This cavalry included cataphracts, heavily armored riders mounted on armored horses. Horse archers disrupted enemy lines with arrows, while cataphracts charged with lances. Parthian horse archers feigned retreat, then turned in the saddle to shoot at their pursuers. This tactic gave rise to the phrase Parthian shot, a parting word or act. Crassus suffered a crushing defeat, and it is said that his head was later sent to the Parthian king. Rome was shaken by the defeat, while the victory firmly established Parthia as a great Eastern power. Part 4. An unending rivalry. The long standoff between Rome and Parthia. Mark Antony also attempted an invasion of Parthia, but withdrew after suffering heavy losses. By contrast, Augustus chose negotiation over war, and recovered the lost legionary standards. In the centuries that followed, the two empires continued to clash over Armenia in wars large and small. Amid these wars, border farmers and merchants often saw their homes threatened. Part 5. A throne in turmoil? Parthia's internal strife. Parthia was governed more loosely than Rome, with regional dynasts and noble houses holding substantial power. Vologases VI and Artabanus IV fought over the throne, splitting the kingdom in two. While the civil war continued, Caracalla invaded Parthian territory, destabilizing the empire further. Part 6. A rebel from Persis. The rise of Ardashir I. Ardashir I, a regional lord of Persis, rapidly brought nearby territories under his control. Feeling threatened, Artabanus IV personally led his army against Ardashir. The two forces clashed at Hormozgan, and Artabanus IV was killed in the battle. Victorious, Ardashir I founded the Sasanian dynasty, and retained Ctesiphon as its capital. Unlike Parthia's loose system, Ardashir centralized power directly under the king. He then combined the imagery of ancient Persian kingship with Zoroastrian legitimacy to establish the authority of his new dynasty. Part 7. The Age of the King of Kings. The reign of Shapur I. Shapur I, the son of Ardashir, expanded the empire's territory even further. Gordian III died during the campaign against Shapur, though the circumstances remain disputed. Years later, in another war with Rome, the Emperor Valerian was captured alive by Shapur I. Shapur I commemorated his victories in monumental rock reliefs. Some captured Roman soldiers are said to have worked on Sasanian building projects. Part 8. A New Legitimacy. Zoroastrianism, and the Legacy of the Sasanians. The Sasanians ruled diverse religious communities, while the court supported Zoroastrian institutions as a foundation of kingship. The Sasanian dynasty also called its realm Iran-Shah, the empire of the Iranians, promoting a new imperial identity. With this system in place, the Sasanian Empire became one of the two dominant powers of Western Asia, alongside Rome. Parthia served as a key intermediary in trade between Rome and Han China, and these networks continued under the Sasanians. Yet after prolonged wars and internal turmoil, the Sasanian Empire fell to the Arab conquests of the 7th century. The Parthian and Sasanian empires wove together. The equestrian traditions of the steppe, and the legacy of ancient Iranian empires. The Parnai and the Xiongnu arose in different regions, but both grew within the equestrian traditions of the Eurasian steppe. Next time, we return to the nomadic peoples of the steppe, including the Xiongnu we met earlier. That story continues in the next episode.